Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a little run through of my Deadbolt. This has got some 3D printed parts and just some common upgrades, but works really well, really low CG, and I think it looks great doing it. So start off, we'll just start with just the body. So I take off the little rubber things on the connector pins. I think they just look better like this. I've got, big front fender trim to fit these big tires, and cut a hole in the lights there to stick the lights through. No bumper, just for more clearance. Taken off of the headlight bulbs with a Dremel. Added some little touch-up bolts here, and a spare tire on the back. Just keep it pretty simple with the stickers. And then wheels and tires. These are the RC four-wheel drive scramblers, 1.0 still. No foams, just run them on air pressure, and most of the time they're gonna look, flat at the bottom, but they grip just so good. I don't think I would run anything else. And then these are some Endura beadlock wheels. I just run them with, a few less bolts, just because I think it looks a bit cooler, a bit more clean. But they, are still airtight. They seal in these scramblers really well. And then, let's go on the front. So we have a Savox 0255 MG servo. This has got a lot of torque. It's a really big servo. I'll show under the hood here in a minute, but really big servo, tons of power for these big tires, and it really does well on any kind of conditions. And then I just have a bunch of Amazon brass upgrades. So these are Amazon special knuckles, steering linkage, and diff covers. I've got the HR plus 4 axles all the way around, waiting to get some weights for those, and that'll really finish the truck off. But yeah, what else? Endura plus 7 hex hubs, they're black with the black hex out here, and it's nice and big, which is easy. I love it. I had to shave some of the finish off of these to fit an Endura wheel in an Endura hex, which is kind of funny, but way it goes. So that's kind of the exterior. Same thing at the back, just the diff cover, and then I do have it a little cutout on the body mount there just for clearance, because this truck does sit pretty low. Just a little shot. Yeah, so I'll show you on the inside. It's fairly stock. I don't have the battery in right now or the charger, but this is how it looks. I just connect my lights each and every time I lift the body up. So essentially, I've done a lot of trimming to this ESC receiver tray here, and bent these body posts out just to clear this servo, because it's really, really big, and chopped the frame right there just for more clearance. Still using the stock location of the battery tray and the ESC tray. I personally think they're just totally fine. I don't see much benefit in getting new mounts and kind of moving these around like crazy. I don't think that they affect the CG that drastically. But I've removed the top. Probably will need to be covering this up in the meantime here, but covered this, or uncovered this, shifted it back on the tray here just for some extra clearance and somewhere for the wires to go. And then chopped a little bit off of the battery tray just to smoosh these together. And trimmed up the strap a little bit just to make it a little bit more low profile. And then I do have the battery I use just charging. So actually don't know much about this, but Gen Ace Basher, it is 400, so just a little bit more than the stock battery, but this sits really well in there and nice and tight, right up against the ESC almost, and that just keeps everything nice and central. And what else? I have some 3D printed parts. I have these sliders that I made myself. I designed them myself. You can see I actually made a mistake and had to cut them with pliers there. But the 3 bolts looks really good, and they provide a good amount of coverage for the Deadbolt body. I think I'd like to make them a little bit bigger just to extend a bit closer to each tire, but that can come in the future. And then I also have a 3D printed servo mount and some 3D printed spacers here for these bolts for the Savox servo. So this is actually an Emax 4-link servo that I found on Thingiverse, printed it up, and everything was great. It bolted right in. I just had to fit these spacers because I wanted to continue to use the stock bolts that were meant to be used with this servo mount. So I think it came out really well, this piece, and it's got a lot of nice lines on it. And yeah, this truck is 4-linked at the front, so I actually don't know the exact combination of links, but the upper links are slightly taller or sort of longer than the lowers, and I had to do that to just make sure the axle kept straight up with this new servo mount. But they're all in there. Obviously, a new drive shaft. This is the spare one that comes with a kit, and cut that off just a couple millimeters. It fits pretty tight. For shocks, these are no-name brand Injora double barrels, although I've removed the extended travel hex bolt and just put a short bolt in. So now they're effectively just bigger bore shocks. They just have a larger diameter here, and I just find that really helps the truck just be more smooth and stable and just less like a toy. It's just a lot more stiff. And then in the back I have the same thing, but I have them with the soft springs, and this is actually still the longer spring that comes with the stock double barrel shock, but I've shortened the travel up, as you can see, but kept that longer spring, and it seems to work well with all the weight I've got on this truck, and it kind of helps to push things forward a little bit when I'm climbing and just keep things stable. Yeah, what else? In the back, just normal Deadbolt links. These ones are aluminum. And one other thing I'm pretty proud of is every single bolt you'll see is upgraded just from the black standard bolts to the stainless bolts. So all over, I think it just helps, you know, make it pop. Even these ones back here. Up top, these ones. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. And yeah, that's my Deadbolt. It's still on the stock chassis. You know, and you can really do a lot with this this platform, and I just love it. It's so much fun, and I can just mod them forever and ever. So yeah, hope you guys liked my video. Feel free to leave some questions in the comments, and I'll definitely get back to them. So yeah, cheers.